winding up and down the Scioto River. This is 100.9 Hank FM, WXIZ, Waverly, Chillicothe, Knock'em-Stiff, Ohio, USA, a total media station.
All righty, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all you faithful football fans out here in Pike County. T. Fred, Brian Burkheimer, and the General tonight for the 7th week of the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show, live from the Valley Forge showroom, and some interesting games last week, fellas. Of course, we'll go over some area scores, but our three-headed dragon, Eastern, won 41-0. They got at Sims Valley this week. Waverly won 41-0, right, G?
Yes, sir.
And they're at Medford, is that right?
Correct.
And then, of course, Piketon fell short to Uniota 21-12, and we're at Paint Valley tomorrow night. But
that's a rough 2-week stretch for the Streaks.
Yes, it is, to say the least. But before we go into anything, looking at the computer rankings real quick, Waverly is at 7 in Division 4, Region 15. Piketon is 18th, Division 5, Region 19. And Eastern is 3rd, and they're still undefeated. Division 7, Region 27. Look at some of the area scores from Saturday. Let me make sure that's Saturday. Yeah. This is Friday. Friday night, some games did play. Harvest Prep 12, Wheelersburg 6, Valley 38, Northwest 35 on a long winning field goal there at the end. South Gallia 36, Notre Dame 8, Marietta 21, Circleville 17, Vinton County 14, Alexander nothing, Nelsonville York 41, Meigs 14. Clarkson, North Canada with the victory over Ironton.
They must be really good.
Yeah.
28-27. And then Fairland 36, South Point nothing. And then looking at Saturday, Miami Trace 44, Hillsboro 27, Zane Trace 42, Huntington 6, Paint Valley 37, Adena nothing. Washington Courthouse 28, Chillicothe 26, Westfall 11, Southeastern 8, West 24, Medford nothing. Jackson 55, McLean nothing. Athens 27, Warren 14, Uniota 21, Piketon 12, Eastern 41, East nothing. Portsmouth 45, Chesapeake 8, Waverly 41, Oak Hill nothing. Wellston 49, River Valley 14, and Rock Hill 55 over Belpre Zippo. So some interesting scores. Anything you want to holler at on that scoreboard?
Well, Freddie, I just wanted to mention in Region 15, you mentioned that Waverly's in the 7 spot there. This week is very interesting for the teams on the upper end of that. Indian Valley's number 1. They have to travel to 6-0 Garraway. St. Clairsville plays Bel Air, who's 5-1. Logan Elm has to go to Bloom Carroll, who's 5-1, a D3 team. There's some tough ones ahead of us, so the Tigers have a chance to maybe move up just a little bit this week. Trying to stay in that top 8. Mm-hmm. The team right behind us, Jonathan Alder, has to play London, who's a 6-0 D3 team. So, there's a reasonable chance there could be 4 or 5 losses in that top 8 in the region. So if the Tigers take care of business, they should maintain that home field look at this point. So
now Tigers left. They have Berg.
Well, at Medford this week, and then
Berg.
Wheelersburg at home, and then they travel to Northwest, and then finish with Mount Healthy at home. So, got to believe they're counting on a win this week. Northwest, who is obviously improved.
Yes, they are.
I think that one could be interesting here in 2 weeks. But, we'll talk to Cade Carroll and Coach Knight here in a little bit, but they're not going to look past this Medford team. When you go down there, it's one of those games that that's a little different place. It's a little more old school than we're used to these days, and you never know. You got to strap it up every week, but I know in the back of their mind, next week is that week we look forward to. It's like Ohio State waiting on Michigan, man. I mean, it's Wheelersburg week, and we'll be really excited for that, but we got to get one handled first.
And we're at home, yeah. Brian Piketon on the outside looking in right now. Your thoughts on their chances?
I hate to say this, but I don't think it looks good for Piketon. This is the tough part of your schedule. As Jeff said, you got You're at Payne Valley, which now I will say, in Piketon's defense, Coach T has a pretty good record at Payne Valley when
Yeah.
you look back historically. So it is conceivable the Red Streaks could go in and upset a really good Payne Valley team like they did in 2016. So, but realistically, I think Payne Valley is the best team in the league, and I don't know that the Red Streaks have the athleticism or even the depth of talent to compete with them. Hope that's not the case, but so you lose to Paint Valley. Even if you win out the rest of the season, I don't know that you get enough second-level points to make the playoffs if you're Piketon.
I have a question. Last week's matchup with Uniota, Waverly and Uniota, Uniota took us down 2014. What was the matchup issue there? What let the Shermans get away with a victory last week?
Well, the Streaks were in the red zone twice and
Yes.
turned it over.
Yes.
So that didn't help anything. And then their run game was pretty solid. Braden, I think was the kid's name.
Did a good job running. Yeah.
He was over 100-plus yards, and he had
Was Hoops part of this?
Hoops had some big catches, didn't he, down the
Yeah,
sideline?
he was their leading receiver, had the most yards, so
Yeah.
he was an
Yeah.
impact.
Yeah.
Really, the big thing for the Streaks was not converting in the red zone, and then
Yeah.
we had two huge pass interference plays
Yes.
that
Yes.
gave Uniota on a third and long and a fourth and short.
Yeah.
Big field play, and they scored, I believe, on both of those pass interference
Well,
calls.
and in a game where you feel like you might be a little bit of a dog, those things cannot happen. I mean, you have to play crisp, solid football.
Yes.
Yeah, and see, they shut them out second half. It was 21-0 at the
Yeah.
half, and ended up 21-12. But we only had one opportunity to try to take the lead or tie it. And we also missed two crucial extra point,
Yes.
2-point conversions.
To try to keep it within a score.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
and those are big. I mean, down the you look at it, and because the score could, if they hit both of those, it's 21-16.
Right.
So
And it changes the complexity of the game at that point. And so, Jeff, you were talking about Waverly. I think Waverly could conceivably end up in that region as like a 3 or 4 seed.
It's possible, but there's some teams that have started to play better.
Yes.
You get to losing records when you get to about 11 now. After just a few weeks, there was almost no one with a winning record. There was only like 6, but now they're starting to get it going a little bit. And I made the mistake a number of years ago trying to pick out who we wanted to play of these teams I don't know. I'm not going to do that this year. Right now, we would play the 10 seed, which I believe is Whetstone. Let's see if I got that right. Or no, West Holmes, who is I believe they're 3-3 right now. But you have no idea.
Yes.
What you're going to get there. I once thought, we could play with Valley View,
right,
Yeah.
right.
We eventually beat them, but it took a number of years before we
Now, before we get to our first coach of the Whaley Tigers, Jake Knight, I got a couple things I want you to clarify. Now, first of all, let's talk about Irons Tank Stadium is damaged, got damaged pretty bad.
Yeah, and not only is it damaged, but you talk about record time of getting it done. They get that damage sometime in pregame, okay, before the game. They switched stadiums and played on time. They went to Green and played.
Yes.
Now, how they pulled all that together,
I don't
have
know.
no idea.
I didn't know they did that.
Well, I think the team from Canada only had hotels for one night, so I'm just guessing they tried really hard to get it done that night. But what ask Bo Hornet how hard it is to even move a game at your location from one day to the next. I can't imagine shipping everybody down the road. So kudos to whoever pulled that off.
Yeah, well, they're saying the damage is pretty bad, and
Yeah.
they're going to be lucky to play their last home game in a playoff.
I don't think it matters where they play.
Yeah,
I
it probably
agree.
doesn't.
As long as they don't play in Canada, the way
Yeah,
I see it, they're probably in pretty good shape.
yeah, they're probably.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, and I learned something, and we were a little unsure about it, the hurdle rule in high school football. We had,
Does it still exist?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
They called a 15-yard penalty on Buddy Wilson. He hurtled over top of Uniota
It
guy.
used to
and rambled.
exist at the college level, but they got
Yes.
rid of it.
Oh, it's there, and it's a personal foul, 15-yard penalty. Now, I didn't know.
What are you supposed to do? Just trip and fall?
That's what I said. I mean, what if the
Maybe you jump 2 feet, you got a bunny hop. You can't hurdle. You
it
got
said Brian had said something about, didn't you say if the defender's feet are on the ground and he's leaning in to tackle, you can't jump over top of him. But
Is that for his safety, so you don't kick him in the head, or
I think it's for the runner's safety.
yeah?
Yeah. Which
I
is
don't
crazy.
know. Well,
Yeah.
Jake probably knows, and we'll get him on here in a second. But
Well, the whole idea is not to be tackled, right?
Yeah.
right,
I was going to say I don't know if Jake knows, but if his dad was here, I guarantee you we would get the answer
Yeah.
in detail.
well, and here's my thing. Let's say somebody dives at your feet. They're trying to get, and they just dive at you, and you're not allowed to jump over them when they're diving at your feet.
I guess you get a tap dance.
Well-
You just can't hurdle. The word is hurdle.
Yeah,
Word is
the
hurdle,
word
and
is
that's
hurdle.
and I think that is the issue. Is are you elevating over a guy as opposed to maybe stepping over?
Huh?
Him? Yeah.
Coach Knight is telling us if they are going at your
Oh.
feet to tackle, you can.
All right.
You just can't do it just because you want to, I guess.
Well, he was going to be tackled.
Yes,
It was.
he,
It was
he-
actually
he-
a
he
low
was like
tackle.
this,
Yeah.
and he was lower than I am, but he just went right over top
Huh.
of him. So,
Interesting.
And he doesn't have that high of a vertical leap anyway,
No.
so it wasn't hurdles.
No,
Probably
it
not
wasn't.
even the best word to use in that case.
No, I thought it looked like
Yeah.
he strided over
Yes.
top of it.
Yeah.
Hey, are we going to break before they come? Or
Yeah.
we'll
But
do
before
that?
we do,
Okay.
we're going to draw for the $50 gas card.
I got any tickets in there?
Yes, sir, buddy.
All right.
You can pass it to General
Let Jeff
or
do it.
whatever.
I did it.
Oh, I get to pull my own ticket out?
Oh, that'd be hilarious. I hope so.
Let's see. Well, I didn't put it in here, so that's not my name.
Jeff Davis is your name.
No.
Abraham Bentley, 1188 Main Street, Richmondale. Is that right? Abraham Bentley. Congrats on the $50
Well,
gift
wait a
card.
minute. He don't live in Pike County. He can't win. He's out.
1188 Main Street, Richmondale. And all you got to do, folks, is come down to Valerie Ford showroom and check out some cars and register. That's all you got to do. And every Thursday night, we will draw a winner.
So does he come here to pick that up?
Come here and pick it up. We'll leave it here with one of the.
Hey, or you could let him know that you don't need it and General will take it. Just let us know.
yeah, $50, man. That's good.
That's right.
But congratulations. We'll mention your name 2 or 3 times throughout the show. Abraham Bentley, 1188 Main Street, Richmondale. He is the winner. And then for the Papa John's Pizza, before we take break, tonight's question, courtesy of General, when was the last time Menford, what year, when was the last year Menford beat Waverly in football? Okay, so just give us a year. Give me a call, 740-222-4744 with the answer and win a free Papa John's pizza. And that card will be right here. I'll put your name on it, whoever wins it.
Hey, and no cheating. Don't look it up on the internet. Come on, use your brain.
Come on now.
Of course, that's how I come up with the question, I guess.
Well, right, and we still got one from last week they never answered yet, so we'll get it. We got Mike's got a good Eastern question, and I'll wait to see if he can get here. I think he said he could be here maybe not next week, but the following week, week 9. So if he's here, I'll let him answer or ask that question. But again, what was the year, the last time the Menford Falcons, the mighty Menford Falcons, beat the Waverly Tigers? Give me a call, 740-222-4744. With that being said, we're going to take a break, and we'll have Coach Knight and Cade Carroll on here shortly. Right after the break, you are listening and watching on, let me get it right, Total Media Sports YouTube, Hank FM 100.9, and it is the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show live from the Valley Ford showroom. We'll be back in a minute.
Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supplies in Waverly, Ohio, your go-to destination for all things building and beyond. With over 75 years of dedicated service to the community, Clinkers is an Ace Hardware dealer that offers more than just lumber. With a massive 10,000 square foot store packed with everything from paint to plumbing, electrical to lawn and garden, and a whole lot more. Open Monday through Saturday, Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supply is here to support your projects, big or small.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say,
What? Huh?
I'm so over this.
but what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Valley View Health Center in Waverly, where your well-being is top priority. Valley View offers comprehensive health care services including expert medical care, dental services, and mental health support. Conveniently located at 227 Valley View Drive in Waverly, they're committed to your health and happiness. From routine checkups to personalized care, Valley View is your trusted partner. Visit Valley View Health Center, because your health matters. Call 740-947-7726 or walk in today.
Hey man, it's Keith here with Chillicothe Truck, and we want to take a moment to wish all the Pike County High School football teams good luck this football season. And hey, if you're looking for the biggest selection of recent model year quality pre-owned trucks with huge savings off retail prices and guaranteed approval for everyone, then you gotta come see us at Chillicothe Truck, 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe, Ohio, or online at chillicothetruck.com. Go Tigers, go Red Streaks, and go Eagles.
Welcome back to the X's and O's Coaches Show here on the Total Media YouTube channel and on Hank FM 100.9. I am joined by Coach Jake Knight of the Waverly Tigers and Mr. Cade Carroll. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
Coach Knight, I wanted to start with, we had a Hall of Fame committee meeting today, and typically the potential nominees aren't in the room.
Right.
But your nephew was there this morning.
He was.
And I'm pretty sure he wanted to fill out his form and just get it over with.
I'm sure he was. He came and saw me after that.
Now, to Mr. Carroll here, we'll see if he's a Hall of Famer, but he is undefeated as a basketball coach, aren't you, Kate?
Yep. That's true.
What,
now,
Kate?
Wait. Powder Puff, not so good.
Now, that's not basketball, though, right?
Okay, all right.
Okay, so what was the key to victory today, Kate?
I mean, just going out there and kind of knowing the guys who can make the basket for us. I mean,
well, riding the referees a little bit too, right?
Just a little bit, yeah.
That was part of it. Did they deserve it?
Carson Iver definitely deserved it.
Yeah. Karis didn't deserve it?
She didn't really call anything.
Okay. Coach Knight, haven't got to talk to you for quite a while on the air. So we sit here, week 7, traveling to Minford tomorrow, and I don't want to get into a conversation where we look past this because you got to strap it up each week.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me where the team is right now.
So, the West game was a tough one to kind of come back from. We felt like we played well enough kind of to win and just kind of came up a little short. And last week, we had a really good week of practice. I was really excited about how they came out in practice, kind of responded. And then coming into this week, I think we've kind of kept that same energy, same intensity. I'm an easy guy to get along with when we have some intensity, but when we don't, it's a little fiery day.
It's scary.
Well, and we talked about on the air last week, it's nice every now and then to have a game where you get some people in the game. And it's not just to let them play, but it's an important time for you guys to look and see, can they transfer what they do on the practice field to the game field?
Well, for us also, the West week defensively was a good time for us to kind of step back, reevaluate a couple things, how we were doing some stuff, kind of make some decisions to make some changes to how we were playing some things.
Mm-hmm.
And then Oak Hill was a nice week for us to kind of put those things into effect, and then kind of we're continuing to refine and get better at some things, and also putting some guys in some better positions for them, guys like Trey Perry, guys super long, super athletic.
Yeah.
Think of him as somebody like a Will Futhy that played defensive end.
And we called his name, he came hard a few times. I mean, he means it when he comes. Kate, I have a question. When you line up defensively the first time, did it surprise you at all to see Oak Hill line up double tight with 3 guys at an eye?
No, not at all.
Okay, it didn't necessarily surprise me either after, they watched the film and saw what Wes was able to do. But they never showed it once in pregame. They were down there 4 wide, chucking it all over the field. And because Todd and I talked about that on the air, they like to throw the ball, but after they watched, come on, let's try it, right?
I looked at Crab before the game started. I said, we probably won't see one snap of 2x2 until we prove that we can stop some other stuff.
And, I think, obviously a different look from Oak Hill, but as soon as they lined up there, you could see the downhill look out of the defense.
Yeah.
Because I think it maybe even ticked them off just a little bit that they lined up that way.
Yeah. We also, somebody like Landon Ramey, who's really been playing well at linebacker. We have 3 really good linebackers we feel really good about right now. Hunter Houck, Sebastian Belisano, and Landon Ramey. Those 3 guys
I wanted to mention Sebastian, and this is not a defensive question, but, I feel like he's got the raw deal. No offense, Kate, but it seems like he happens to be in a game when Katie barred the door, there's an A-gap blitz, and he gets hit as soon as he touches it. The other day against Oak Hill, he finally got to run one where, he can pick him up and put him down pretty good.
Yeah. And definitely, we're in a running back situation-wise. It was a weird deal kind of coming into the start of this year. We had really 4 guys that had never played the position, and 2 of them who we felt, hey, these are the guys that are going to kind of carry the load for us. And as Sebastian has got more and more comfortable with the whole thing, he's gotten to play a little bit more.
Absolutely.
I think you're going to see his carries go up a little bit.
Speaking of running backs, how about this touchdown to carry ratio you got going, Mr. Carroll?
I like that.
I had no idea when I looked at the end. You had 7 carries and 4 touchdowns. Now,
Mason
the
Fuller
one
did
touchdown, though,
for him.
probably was, would you say, his best run of the year?
Oh, yeah. The last one.
What, about 30 yards, 25 yards,
year.
something like that? I mean, you made a guy miss initially. You spun another guy in the ground, and then you turned on the Jets. I mean, you look the part. And, we talked early in the year about as the weeks go on, you'll feel more comfortable because you're pretty upright.
Yeah.
You still are a little, right, Coach? But you've got a little more lean to you now, and yet you can tell you're just getting more comfortable. But another question I got has Nelson challenging Hunter Hawk for the kicking job at this point?
Well, every now and again, they had a little kicking battle in pre-practice today.
Field goals.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about Hunter's ability to make extra points with a spiral. Yeah,
It's something else.
Can you
isn't it?
explain that to
No.
me?
I say it to him at least
That's
3
a
times
physics
a week.
anomaly.
I've never seen it.
And then Hez comes in. He looks like Jan Stenerud. The first one, bang. Next one hit the center of the butt, right?
I call him Chad Ochocinco sometimes.
Oh, my gosh. I believe it. Well, what's the key tomorrow night? I mean, Coach Knight, what are we looking to do tomorrow to make sure we take care of our business down there?
For us offensively, it always starts with kind of spreading the field horizontally. That's kind of always where we start. We also, a lot of times we like to bring people in to spread them out. That's kind of one of our philosophies of our offense. That's where we always have to start. We always want to throw the football, and then we always want to run it down people's throat. That's kind of like one of my favorite things to do. We like to get going on the run. And then defensively, it's like run to the football, go play fast and aggressive, get some turnovers, punch it out when we get there, and tackle 11 as one.
Is Carroll Island open tomorrow? Closed?
Nope, it's
What's
closed.
the deal?
closed.
It's closed?
Yeah.
Now, I've been hearing rumors that Hez says he's a better cover corner than you. Is there any truth to that rumor, first of all?
Maybe like man-on-man cover. But
Oh, so you're giving it up to him a little
I'll
bit.
give him the man, but in zone, no.
So does he have an island? Is there a Hez Island?
He's got like a little small island there.
It's like off the coast
yeah,
of
yeah.
Carroll Island?
Just a little one, yeah.
All right. Well, one more thing. Coach Knight, I know you don't like to look forward, but Region 15, it's a whole new ball game, right?
Sure. Yep.
Where do you think we fit there? I mean, what's kind of your goal at this point, knowing what we have left?
For us, I think it's let's go win as many of these last 4 that we can. Let's try and get a home playoff game.
Yeah.
Let's win one at home. And I told these guys on Monday and Tuesday this week, it's like, a lot of times I felt like as a team we've been really hot really fast out of the gate.
Yeah.
And then we kind of, I don't want to say peter out, but kind of we plateau.
Yeah.
I think this team is getting better. And I think, as we continue to get better each week, I think we have as much skill and as much speed on the defensive side of the football as we've had definitely in the last 3 years. And I think we can go make a run, and we're in a good region.
Absolutely.
I hope we just get one playoff game.
Good luck to both you guys. Good luck tomorrow night, and thanks for coming down and seeing us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go to break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. You're listening to the X and O's Coaches Show on 100.9 Hank FM.
Todd Harris Realty is a proud sponsor of Pike County High School sports. With over 19 years of experience, Todd Harris is your go-to real estate expert in Waverly. As a broker and $1 million producer, Todd Harris will help you find your dream home. Visit Realtor.com to see Todd's listings and call him today at 740-947-7677. That's 740-947-7677. Support local and enjoy Pike County sports. Are you craving a pizza that's as big as your appetite? Try our $10.99 extra large New York style pizza. It's packed with your choice of one topping and made with our original fresh, never frozen dough. It's hand-stretched thinner with 8 oversized foldable slices. This is one big deal for one big pizza. Available now for a limited time at Papa John's Pizza in Jackson and Waverly, Ohio. Don't wait. Order now and get your slice of the action before this offer disappears.
Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supplies in Waverly, Ohio, your go-to destination for all things building and beyond. With over 75 years of dedicated service to the community, Clinkers is an Ace Hardware dealer that offers more than just lumber. With a massive 10,000 square foot store packed with everything from paint to plumbing, electrical to lawn and garden, and a whole lot more. Open Monday through Saturday, Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supply is here to support your projects, big or small.
Are you feeling the chill or battling the heat? Look no further than Austin Heating and Cooling, your one-stop solution for all your HVAC needs. Serving Beaver, Ohio and beyond, we offer complete residential and light commercial services, including HVAC installation, repairs, and maintenance. But that's not all. Partnered with Village Construction and Septic, we provide comprehensive solutions from walk-in coolers to wood boilers, plumbing, and even camper services. With over 15 years of experience, you can trust us to keep you comfortable all year round. Call Corey Austin at 835-1365 or find us on Facebook. Austin Heating and Cooling, your comfort is our priority.
Alrighty, back here live from the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show. T-Fred interviewing a couple Piketon Red Streaks. We have Dylan Needs, right?
Yes, sir.
And Bo Henry.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks for coming down. We'll get Coach T when he gets here. You guys get fed tonight, did you?
No, not tonight. We typically only do that on home games.
Oh, that's right. You're on the road. I forgot. Home games. Okay. Well, with that being said, tough loss last week. First of all, you guys got stormed out on Friday night. So how tough was it? And well, I'll ask both of you. I'll go with him first. We'll ask both of you. How tough is it to, you're all geared up on Friday, and then you got to come back Saturday afternoon and play. How tough was that?
Well, it was definitely a rough start. We actually had a couple kids that got there late that morning just because of problems with the storm and being up all night. Some people were definitely tired. We came out not as energetic as we should have. I definitely wish we would have played as good in the first half as we did in the second.
Right. Tale of two halves. Bo, your thoughts?
I'm always a ready player, so I went to bed early that night. Was geared up for Saturday. So.
Well, now you had a couple chances in the red zone and turned the ball over, and I said this last week. I'll say it again. You guys are so close that you're so close to being 6-0. Mm-hmm. You really are. You've lost 3 close ones and a couple turnovers here or there. A couple big plays by the other team hurt you, but daggone it. So how does your mindset work when you're knowing, okay, you're 3-3, but we could be 6-0? How do you feel about that, Dylan?
It's definitely it's hard, especially knowing it's a senior. It's my last year, but as a team, I feel like we just got to come together and really push through those last couple plays that we really need. Play all 4 quarters like we need to.
Well, you got that right. It is a 4-quarter game. It's just like we used to tell in basketball. They used to laugh at me on the broadcast, and I'd say, hey, there's one sure way you're going to win. If you win every quarter, you can't lose. And, of course, everybody's like, yeah, duh, Fred. Yeah, but it's the truth. Right. If you win every quarter, even in football, if you win the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, you're guaranteed a W. And I agree. Bo, your thoughts with what he just said?
I agree with what he said, but also I think if we put all the pieces together and also play all 4 quarters like he said, I feel like we could definitely be 6-0.
Tale 2 halves. So what was different about from the first half to the second half, Dylan?
I feel like the first half we came out and we just kind of fumbled around. We weren't prepared and kind of underestimated Unioda as a team. We knew that they were going to come out and play hard, but I feel like we just weren't mentally prepared for everything.
So what happened at halftime to get you going in the second half?
Coach, he came in and talked to us.
Yep.
We all kind of were a little upset with how the game was going, so we decided we wanted to come out and at least put some numbers up there on the board.
Well, you did. You beat him 12-0 the second half. Bo, your thoughts?
I definitely think that what Coach was saying in the locker room and that how people the night before were like geared up and then we didn't get to play, I think that really affected us on Saturday. And then what the coach saying in the locker room really fired us up and put us on the field out there Saturday.
All right, well, that one's behind you. You got a tough one tomorrow night with the Paint Valley Bearcats. I think they're the best team in the league. I don't care what anybody says. I haven't seen them yet, so I can't totally 100% say that. But from what I have heard and what little I have seen on some of their film, they're pretty darn good. So how was practice this week, and what do you think about tomorrow night, Dylan?
We've had I want to say a very good practice this week. We came out, we were active, we were ready to go. All looking forward to this coming Friday, tomorrow. Paint Valley being the school I transferred from, knowing the people that play there, I know that they're a good team. They're going to come out. They're going to play a tough game. They are 6-0, but honestly, I think that we are the best team that they've faced so far. And
I agree with that.
We do definitely have a chance to beat that winning streak.
Bo?
I think that we were all physically and mentally locked in at practice this week, which really put a great week of practice. And Coach Wright, our special teams coach, has been saying this whole week that we are due, meaning that we're due for a win.
Yep.
And I think that Dylan saying that we're the best team that Paint Valley is going to face Friday, I really think that we have a good chance.
Well, that sounds like a plan. And guys, we always wish you the best of luck. But before we let you go and take another commercial break, anybody you want to say hi to out there that's watching tonight or listening?
Yeah, Evan Shoemaker. Me and him compete a lot.
Evan Shoemaker, all right. Sounds like a plan. The Big E. Bo?
Shout out to my mom, Nan, and my girlfriend.
Oh, are we going to get a name out of you?
Clara Napier.
Oh, here you are the first one. I should give you the golden buzzer or whatever, because this is week 7 and we've asked guys and nobody has said anything about their girlfriend. So kudos to you. That's for sure. Well, I'll tell you what, that's great stuff. And guys, thanks for coming down, and go get them tomorrow night. We'll be there broadcasting, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take another break, send it back to Sean and the station. You're watching and listening to the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show live from the Valley Forge Showroom, and we'll be back in a minute.
Need a clean, safe, and convenient place to do your laundry? Look no further than Duds and Suds Laundromat, your self-service laundry destination at 112 Forsyth Street in Piketon. We're open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., offering enhanced quality cleaning with newer washers and dryers. Relax in a spotless environment, complete with security cameras for your peace of mind. And while you wait, grab a snack from our vending machines. Duds and Suds Laundromat, proudly supporting Pike County High School sports. Come experience the difference today.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
Looking to buy or sell a property? Brewster Real Estate and Auction is here to help. Proudly serving Pike County schools and sports, we specialize in both traditional listings and auctions, live, online, on-site, or remote. Established in 1997, our friendly and knowledgeable team is dedicated to getting the best results for you. Ready for a free consultation? Visit us at 200 East Emmett Avenue in Waverly or call 740-947-7577. Brewster Real Estate and Auction, your full-service real estate and auction company. Follow us on Facebook for the latest updates. Are you looking for top-quality metal roofing? Look no further than Beaver Creek Steel Roofing and Supplies. Locally owned and conveniently located at the corner of State Route 32 and State Route 220, we stock everything you need for your next roofing job or a brand new project. From trims, all metal components, along with quality metal roofing, we've got you covered. Don't see what you need? Just ask. Call us at 740-443-6244 or visit beavercreeksteelroofing.com. Beaver Creek Steel Roofing, closing the distance, opening up the world to new possibilities. Beaver Creek Steel Roofing, your roofing solution right around the corner.
Alrighty, back here live from the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show from the Valley Forge Showroom. We do have Coach Tyler Goyen, and before we get started, we want to mention the winner again on the gas card. Abraham Bentley, 1188 Main Street, Richmondale, Ohio. Come down to the showroom, pick up your $50 gas card. Abraham Bentley. So hopefully they're watching the show or listening to it, and you can do that on Hank FM, 100.9 FM, or Total Media Sports. And Coach, before we get going, I want to ask this. explain. We've already had Jeff Davis, and I know Coach Knight, I think, briefly explained it. The one play, Buddy Wilson jumped over top of the Unioto player, and they called a hurdling 15-yard penalty. Please explain that to us.
It's a high school rule. It's
It
not
is,
a college. It's
right?
not a college and NFL. You can jump and you can hurdle, but in high school you cannot. They say it's player safety.
Right.
It's the right call. I don't like the call, and even the refs are like, I don't like the call either. But it's one of those things. It's our fault that but there's so many different things that could happen. We didn't go over that. I mean, I've never had a kid try to jump over a
Right.
kid, first of all.
Right.
Buddy Wilson is the only one would be able to do that. Of course, I looked at the ref. I was like, because he said it's player safety. That's what they say. So I said, well, he's just allowed to hit him in the knees, and that's all right. Because the kid that was about 5'8" and then went low, and it was just instinct. He just jumped over him, and and the thing was, it was a 15-yarder. I didn't realize it was a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah,
but
personal foul.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the right call. And as soon as he jumped, I was like, oh my gosh, and here comes 3 flags. But anyway, it is what it is. That was a big, because then that backs us up behind. Now it's first and 20. You don't make many first downs, 1st and 20.
No.
And we were backed up anyway, but. That is what it is, but that's just a high school. Every other level you can.
Yeah, well,
and of course the problem is you see everyone on college and NFL do it, and then it's highlight everywhere. And so hey, I'll do it. But in high school, you are not allowed to hurdle.
Well, the alternative is I'm just going to let this guy tackle me.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
tackle me right in the knees. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
So anyway,
that's why I was a little perplexed by it, because, I mean, it wasn't like it was a giant hurdle.
No. But he did do. He did
go.
Yeah, no, you're right. It wasn't, but it was pretty athletic play.
Yes, it was.
Like I said, only Buddy could have done that.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, tough loss again, and I said it to those guys. I don't know if you heard me coming in or not. You guys could be 6-0 with a couple breaks here and there that didn't go your way, and then you had the 2 possessions in the red zone and didn't get anything out of that. So, I mean, if you scored just one time down there, I mean, it's a different ball game. I mean, I know the first half wasn't what you wanted, and the second half played a lot better. Actually beat them 12-0 second half. So, I mean, you just got to get over that hump.
Yes, we said that last week. We're a couple plays from being 5-0. Now it's a couple plays from being 6-0. But hey, we're not. We got to make those plays. We can't leave it. In the first half, it was 7-0. We're driving. We get to the 10-yard line and we fumble, and the guy was down. The ground, Buddy hit the ground.
Yes. That's what he said.
It wasn't even close. He hit the ground. The ball. The referee was throwing a flag and looking where he was throwing the flag. Then he turns around and sees the ball out and says, "Hey, that way." So I don't know, but I still told Buddy, just hang on to the ball. I know you hit the ground and it came out, but hey, just hang on to the ball. But anyway, so that was big. That was big because now it's 7-7. It's a whole different game. Who knows? But yeah, 21-0 at half. It was not looking good. But I appreciate the boys. The boys came out fired up. The extra point, we got to get that extra point down and get it in on the kick. That was big. And then you go for 2. And honestly, I don't mind the play call. I wish I'd have ran it to the other side. But we didn't. We ran a quick pitch and didn't get in. They were really bunched up in the inside, stopped us on the 1 4th down play. So I said, let's try to go outside. But give them credit. They made a play. Kid made a nice tackle. So the extra points were huge there. But anyway, we fought back. We battled. We didn't give up. And, I mean, we got a scrappy bunch of kids. They just get after it. And I thought defensively we only gave up 2 plays over 20 yards. They kind of went methodically down the field, which I didn't think they could do, but they did.
Yeah.
So they'll give them some credit. But I thought defensively, especially that second half, we just got after it and was a lot more aggressive, and then kind of we got into a rhythm that second half offensively, which is huge.
Well, I know we always talk about it, me and Brian, in the pregame. Yeah, the first quarter, your first possession, first quarter, third quarter, your first possession in that quarter tells the tale a lot how the half's going to go.
Oh yes, most definitely. And we got inside in the first half and fumbled. Then that's opening possession of that second half, we went straight down the field, and then we stalled out inside the 10. And it's you don't blame the kids, you blame me, you blame the coaches. I didn't like, after I went back and watched it, did not like my play calling once we got inside the 10. So we did some things this week to adjust that. I got very predictable there, and I just got to do a better job at that. I can't put that on the kids. I got to do a better job at that, of get us better situations there in the red zone. But and then of course the pass interferences, hurt us at times, and then
yes, two of them.
But then, like I said, the fourth down stop was huge when we had some momentum there, and we went for it on fourth down, and they stoned us. We didn't get any push if you look at the film, we didn't get any push at all. But people don't see, though, and what we showed them in films, it should have never been 4th and 1.
Right.
First down, we threw a pass, it was incomplete. Second down, we missed a blocking assignment, and we should have had a bigger gain. Third down, Luke doesn't carry out his fake and holds the end, so Buddy gains 5 yards, and he should have gained 8 or 10 if Luke carries out his fake like he should. So little things like that. Yep. Everyone sees that fourth down play, which we didn't block it right. We didn't get any push there, but we shouldn't even been in fourth down if we do plays earlier the right way. So we're due. We got to do things. My thing is this week was do things the right way all the time.
Yeah.
Not 90%, not 70%. Do it the right way 100% of the time. So, and that was in practice. We had a great week of practice. You worry about 2 tough losses, but the boys came. We had good energy. It was beautiful weather this week. That was a long weekend. It wore me out just because of the coaches love repetition. They love their routines, and to get in that, and then like making decisions like where are we going to play. When we were ready to play that game without electricity,
right? That's what I heard.
It luckily, thank the Lord, it came on at noon, but we was going to play that game at 2:00. We had contacted Waverly about hopefully maybe playing up there if we didn't have electricity. So that was another thing. So we're calling these other schools like, hey, let's have a doubleheader at Waverly with power. So it was one of those things, do we have a game away from your place with power or play at home with no power? So then we decided, hey, 2:00, whatever we got, we're going to play. And luckily the electric came back on. But it was glad everyone stayed safe. I heard Dylan say, we had some kids with some damage and stuff like that, and helping people out. And, we had a couple guys, houses kind of flood. So that's tough. That's just tough, and kids helping out. But I'm thankful that it wasn't everyone was safe. It was crazy. I mean, I had to keep, he was ready to go home, and I was like, no, because it was 4:00, and some kids were coming in, and we still don't know if we're going to play on Friday night. And so finally about 4, I was like, yeah, we're not going to play, just because, man, it was just horrible weather. I was like, I don't want people coming in. Hey, guys, stay home. Well, I had a couple kids that ended up getting there early, so we kept them to about 5:00 until it kind of calmed down a little bit. But, man, that was some nasty stuff. And, looking at North Carolina and Tennessee and Florida and all those, you just thoughts and prayers to all those people. But it was a challenging couple days there.
Yeah. Well, you ain't kidding, because I was without electricity for three and a half days.
Yeah.
And I had a generator running. I mean, it was crazy. But well, Coach, you got Paint Valley tomorrow night over there. I think they're the best team in the league, but I agree with what Dylan said. The fact of the matter that they haven't. You're probably going to be the best team they've faced so far. You're right now 18th in Division 5, Region 19, and one game at a time. We're not, don't worry about the playoffs till we need to worry about them. But that would be a very big win on the road, and you guys have done it in the past.
Yeah, we've had a couple big wins over there at Paint Valley. They're good. I mean, they're good offensively. Defensively, they're solid. I mean, I think we've already played Unioda and St. Trace, and I think it'll be a battle between all three of those teams. When Unioda and St. Trace and Paint Valley play, it'll be a battle. It'll come down to the end, and I don't see any wide margin victories there. So, I think we got the game plan. I think we got the players. We got to have that belief, and we got to make some plays and do things the right way. But we have played some good games over there. Got some big wins over there. We've been the underdog. So it's a great venue. It really is. It is a beautiful place to play. The turf now, but it's a great setting. Coach Dye does a great job over there. Coach Holland was there for years. I still kind of miss Coach Holland.
Right.
He was always so good to me. As he when I came in, he would take time to talk to me and help me out along the way and say some kind things to us. And now Coach Dye just kind of carried on that tradition over there.
Well, Brian, got anything for Coach?
Yeah, so looking statistically, and again, we sit back and we look at statistics. You see it different, as you break down film, but statistically, offensively, we can put up yards. I mean, we have a lot of offensive yards. Defensively, we look pretty good. So how important, when you got statistics that kind of evenly match the teams you're playing, how important does the line of scrimmage become at that point, and what do you got to do to control the line of scrimmage to beat Paint Valley?
Well, that's a great question. Yeah, the line of scrimmage, we on offense, last couple of weeks, we've struggled with getting a push consistently. At St. Trace, we struggled to get to the linebackers. Last week, those guys up front, we struggled getting a push. We have to get a push. We have to, when Buddy can't be trying to make a defender miss at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
He's got to make that first guy at 3 or 4 yards,
Yes.
So we have to get up. So how do you do that? We got to make sure we stay low, stay on our double teams a split second longer, and then come off to those guys. I think sometimes we've had some miscommunications too, of who's coming off, and all that. So we've got to clean that stuff up. We got to make sure we get a push up front. Defensively, you got to stay low and you got to fight. We run a gap style defense. You got to fight to stay in that gap.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't go where they want you to go.
Right.
So, and Coach Wright does a great job with that. But when we blitz, our linebackers have to blitz in that gap and have to fight for those inches, fight for that gap. You got to get Robertson before he gets started. I mean, if you let him get rolling, he's a bear to tackle anyway.
Yeah.
So we have to get some penetration, get him stopped, get a body to him as quick as possible.
Yeah, they got him listed at 5'9", 215. That's a bowling ball is what that is.
Yes.
He's a hammerhead. But yeah, now Paint Valley, their run game is very strong, but they can throw it too.
Yeah, and that's what makes them tough to defend. They got two great receivers, long, athletic receivers on the outside that are matchup issues, and then they just turn around and hand it to him.
Right.
So it's tough, and they do some RPO stuff that more than we've seen in the last couple of years. They do a nice job. The quarterback does a nice job getting it to the open man and taking what they give them. So you're going to have to be disciplined in your game as well. You just can't sell out to stop Robertson. And I think last year that we did that, and we had a great game plan,
Yes.
but then we forgot the quarterback, and he killed us that second half.
Yeah,
So,
second half got you. Yeah.
we're going to have to shore that up and make sure we do our assignments, but also it starts with Robertson. You got to get a lot of people there, and you're not going to tackle them one-on-one all night long. You got to get a lot of guys there.
Yeah, you got it.
So, Coach, knowing Paint Valley can run and can throw. So when you're coming off a game where a couple defensive backs get flagged for pass interference, which, again, just my opinion.
I'm with you.
Look, I didn't see, I saw it in real time.
Mm-hmm.
One I thought was that's a no call.
Yeah.
Got a guy from the other one, maybe. I don't know. So anyways, do you do anything different? What do you say to your defensive backs when you know you can potentially run into that again? Do you say, hey, keep playing hard? Yeah, that hurt us, but keep playing hard. How do you?
Yeah, you got to have, and defensive backs got to have a short memory, whether they're getting beat or whether you're making that pass interference, because I thought our technique was pretty good.
Yes.
It wasn't bad. Now, I think we gave up the long pass down the sideline because we weren't as aggressive, and I
right.
think we've already been flagged a couple of times. So now we kind of shy away, afraid, and then they make a catch. So you can't do that. You got to stay aggressive. You still got to go after it. The one was not, but the other one was, it probably was, but I think when he caught that long, when he caught that long pass, I think we weren't as aggressive as we should have been. So you got to have a short memory as a defensive back, and you got to keep going with your technique. You can't panic. I thought the one we kind of panicked, and that's why we got the flag. Cannot panic as a defensive back. You got to stay in the moment and make the play. And it is what it is. You can't rely on that. You got to make the plays yourself.
Yes. Yep.
Well, you got it. And again, as always, we appreciate you coming down to the show. I know you had a busy Thursday, and good luck tomorrow night. We'll be there and go Streaks and put it on the Paint Valley Bearcats.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, we're going to take another break. We do have Coach Evan Ferguson with us from the Eastern Eagles, and we'll be back. You're watching and listening to the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show live from the Valley Forge Showroom. We'll be back in a minute.
Looking to furnish your home with the best brands and values? Come to Cole's Furniture at 3581 Jasper Road in Piketon. We build a family tradition of great service and value, offering top name brands. Need financing? No credit, bad credit? Don't sweat it. Visit ColesFurnitureStore.com today. Plus enjoy free local delivery on purchases over $500. Open Monday through Saturday. Call us at 740-289-4404. Cole's Furniture, with great service and great value, are a family tradition.
100.9 Tank FM, Big Hoss here. It's Friday, warming up this week, and we're going to have ourselves a little bit of sunshine and hotter temperatures. We'll keep you updated what's going on with that forecast. Good to be here. Let's go.
Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Birthday? Oh, you never know what's going to happen on your birthday.
Football season is here, and Hometown Chevrolet in Waverly is a proud supporter of our local teams, the Piketon Red Streaks, Waverly Tigers, and Eastern Eagles. At Hometown Chevrolet, we believe in cheering on our local teams. Drive into those Friday night lights in a brand new Chevy. Check out the selection at yourhometownchevy.com. Hometown people, hometown prices, that's the hometown advantage. Check out the all-new Hometown Chevrolet at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly.
Looking for a rewarding career with a global leader? Kirchhoff Automotive, a family-owned company, offers you the chance to grow and succeed. At Kirchhoff, your development is our priority because a better you means a better us. Together we will work for one aim. We move future. Kirchhoff Automotive in Waverly is hiring now with starting wages from $18.83 to $20.33 an hour. Visit our career website today for more information. Kirchhoff Automotive, where your future drives ours.
Hello, this is Greg Wilkett, President and CEO of Floor BWXT Portsmouth. We want to wish all the schools good luck on a safe and successful season. Just like a sports team, we've been working together to safely and effectively decommission the former Portsmouth gases diffusion plant and leave behind an environmentally safe and sustainable future for our region. On behalf of all of the employees at Floor BWXT, I'd like to wish all of the teams in the four-county region a safe, fun, and winning season.
All righty, back here live from the Valley Forge Showroom of the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show. Before we talk to Coach Ferguson from the Eastern Eagles, again, congrats to Abraham Bentley, 1188 Main Street, Richmonddale. He is the winner of the $50 gas card. Abraham Bentley, if you're not listening, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, we drew your name tonight, and Abraham Bentley, come on down and get it. We still have a trivia question for Papa John's Pizza. Call me at 740-222-4744. When was the last time the Memphis Falcons, what year, was the last time they beat the Waverly Tigers? I'll even give you a hint. Pete Rose. That's all I'm saying. And of course, I know it's not baseball on this radio, but Pete was the greatest, deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and rest in peace, Peter Edward Rose. With that, we do have Evan Ferguson, and Ferg, you guys are rolling, rocking and rolling. You're number 3 in the poll in the computer points, Division 7, Region 27. I know that's not a big deal to you guys, but you guys are still rolling 41-0 with East. Homecoming victory. Just tell us about the game.
Oh, no. It was a unique weekend. I heard Coach Gaudian talking about
Yes.
it. I mean, everyone had a pretty weird weekend. Storms, everything like that. And we kind of had a little bit of the same scramble he was talking about late Friday, early Saturday. We were talking with Oak Hill because they had turf. You know, we play on grass, so it's a little different for us. It was a muddy affair against East on Saturday, but, you know, really proud of how the boys responded, you know, especially anytime you break rhythm like that. You have unique mornings. You know, our guy's going to bed. Our guy's going to get up and get fed. Does everyone have power so they can shower and cook and those things?
Right.
Thankfully, we did. From the sounds of it from the team, I think I was the only one who didn't have power, so everyone got to eat breakfast with me. But no, we did. We had a good day. And we handled business. That's the best way I would talk about it. We knew we were considerably better than East. They're not necessarily up right now. We knew that they were a little limited offensively in what they can do. They're kind of stuck in their flex bone T stuff. And as long as we stopped the run, we'd have a good day. And we came out pretty early. I think we gave up 1 or 2, you know, probably 20, 25-yard runs in the first half, and that might have been it for the day. Defense came out great, you know, pitched another shutout for us. And then offensively, we were without Tucker Leist, which always hurts. He was sick, you know, down with something. And then the next guy stepped right up, Benjamin Bauer. Had a good game, couple catches. He stepped up, had a couple nice catches in Tucker's spot. Carson Peters took a lot of the workload that Tucker usually gets. He had 3 or 4 catches, a nice touchdown grab. It was Saturday for us was a great reminder of who we are at our best, even with some adversity. You know, the next guy steps up. We don't care, you know, where we are, when we are, you know, anytime, any place, we're fine with it. And, you know, with that, you know, East being a little limited offensively, they bring it defensively. They're physical. I mean, they hit us a couple times. They got to Eric a couple times on a 2-point conversion, blew him up pretty good. You know, that was a good little wake up for him. But it was a good day. Everyone got involved. Everyone got to play. You know, kind of day you hope to open up to the league play with.
Well, it's league, definitely league win. Unofficially, Manly 12-23, 176 yards and a TD. Moore 10 carries, 122 yards, couple TDs. Montgomery 11 carries for 78 yards, a TD. Manly carried for a couple scores. You had 221 yards rushing. Richardson led the way with receiving yards with 5 for 74 yards. But again, Webb with 44 yards, Peters a touchdown, Bauer with a couple catches, 36 yards. So your next man up is excellent, and from what Coach T is saying, you got some young guys that are stepping it up and making a difference.
Yeah, we started 2 freshmen. 2 freshmen on the line against East. Brewer this is last week. He hopefully gets his pins taken out of his wrist this Wednesday, I believe, this coming Wednesday for Notre Dame. Mason Cater was out with a knee injury. Excuse me. So, you know, that's 2 of our better linemen right there. To lose them is huge, but to have 2 freshmen in Bronson Keller and Braylon Beekman come in and, you know, play a good game, it's what we've kind of known was coming. You know, Mason transferred in this year. He was kind of a cherry on top of our Sunday is the truth of it. You know, anytime you can get a kid like that, it's a blessing. So we thought we were going to be rolling with Braylon or Bronson, one of the 2 anyways. To kind of get to give them time to develop has been nice, but to throw them into the fire like that, Bronson started at Southern as well. And I think Braylon actually made his first career start at Fayetteville. So they've kind of rotated in a little bit. It's super exciting for our future. You know, we only graduate 4 as is, but to know that we have these pups who can play. Trey Kelly playing out of position. He's a free safety cornerback by trade. He's played defensive end the past 3 weeks, but he's a kid. It really doesn't matter where you play him. He'll find the ball. He'll be physical. He'll be aggressive. He has a lot of good traits. And then, you know, Jack is getting a lot of notoriety around the ball. Our pups can play. You know, we got about 12 or 13 of them. 4 or 5 are already doing some stuff for us. The future looks very bright right now.
Yes, it does, Brian. You got Sims Valley away tomorrow. That's a trip and a half.
Yeah.
I told Mike, I said, good luck finding that place. I said, it's out there. But, you know, it is what it is. Sims Valley coming off. They had a win last week, if I remember right.
I believe they Green. I want to say they beat Green 38-6, something about that.
I think you're right.
Are they 2-3 now?
Yes, because they missed a game. They had West Union on the schedule, I believe. West Union. So they didn't play week 5. So you're right. They're down a game. Sims Valley's a good ball club, though. They're young as well. And they're transitioning to the spread. You know, I believe it's Rusty Rusty Webb, who was there for years. A lot of triple option stuff, a lot of wing T stuff. Ben Ferguson is the head coach there, has been the past 2 years. And although I believe it was under Coach Webb, he's kind of gone more modern. They have a really good freshman class. They beat our 8th grade team last year pretty handily, and that group really spread it out, and it's following them into high school. They're transitioning. And then they have a really nice running back. It's either Jones or Jonas, but Will Jones or Will Jonas, I apologize to the kid. He is a tremendous ball player. If you watch Sims Valley, it's Fine 25 for reference. He's their version of Buddy. If they're running the ball, it's going to him. If the pass game's struggling a little bit, you can expect a screen to him, things like that. Just creative ways to get him the ball in space, and he's probably their best defender as well. He follows the other team's best player, plays outside linebacker. They have nice pieces, but they're a couple years away, we think, looking at film, looking at the roster, a lot of sophomores out there. So we feel like we're in a good place, and it's just the truth. I said it the first time I came on here with you guys. We're only really worried about us.
Right.
You can't change who's going to line up across me, whether they're good or bad. It's really, it's not your business, I guess, the best way I would tell our kids. All you can do is handle your assignment, win your job, be a hero in doing your job. And as long as we do that, we think we're going to have a fun bus ride home.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a plan, Ferg, and we appreciate Coach T sending you in. I know I texted him. I thought, well, he's usually here by now.
It was chicken and noodles night. The mom thought that was chicken and noodles. So Scott wasn't missing chicken and noodles.
He's tell him he didn't send us none, so skip him. But anyway, congrats on the season thus far, and good luck tomorrow night, and thanks for coming down.
No problem. Thanks for having me, guys.
Good luck, Coach.
All righty. Well, with that, we got one thing left to do. The Pick'ems contests, and then we'll get out of here. Brian was the winner last week, by the way, at 9-1, and Devin was 8-2, and I was 8-2. And Ferg, if you want to jump in, you can pick since you're here.
I mean, I will if you want me to.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, we might as well. And this will wrap things up on the show. Again, before we do the Pick'ems, to wrap things up again, congrats out to Abraham Bentley. You are the winner of the $50 gas card. Come down to Valerie Ford and get it. And for the third week in a row, nobody wants free pizza. They didn't call in on the trivia, so we'll try it again next week. All right, here we go, folks. Adina 3-3 at Unioda. I'm taking the Tanks.
Sherman's.
Ferg.
I'll take Unioda.
Benton County at Northwest. That's an interesting game. You start.
Wow, that's a tough one.
Yes, it is. Wait a minute. We got a call. Hang on.
It's probably T. Fred's mom calling.
I don't know. We'll see. Hello. I can't hear anybody. Hang on.
Got it on speaker, T. Fred?
I don't know. Hello.
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 Must have been a wrong number.
Telemarketer.
Let's hope not. But anyway, well, they're ringing in again. So what am I doing wrong, guys?
Okay. Put it on speaker.
Hello? Hello?
I think you're going to have to hold it up to your ear, T. Fred.
Hello? Hello? I'm getting nothing. Well, I apologize. So something wrong. I don't know if it's my phone or what, but anyway, where are we at here?
We were at
Benton County Northwest.
Man, Northwest is having a pretty good season. I think I'm going to go Benton County.
All right, Brian, Benton County. Ferg?
Give me Benton County.
All righty. And I'm going to take Northwest. St. Trace at Westfall. Ferg starts off.
St. Trace.
Yes, sir. I agree.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, we all three agree on that one. Then we got 6-0 Fairland, Portsmouth 5-1, and that's my pick. I'm going to take Fairland.
Taking Portsmouth.
Brian, Ferg?
I'll take Fairland.
All righty.
Portsmouth's big, though. They have a really good
Yes, they are.
offensive line.
Here's a toughie. Southeastern at Huntington, Brian.
Wow. I think I'm going with Huntington.
Brian with the Huntsman. Ferg?
I think Huntington put it to him pretty good last year. I'll take Huntington as well.
I think you're right. It's at Huntington. I'll go with the Huntsman. Valley at Portsmouth West. Whose turn is it? Ferg?
Give me Valley.
Valley. I'm going to take West.
I'm taking West.
And then we got Nelsonville, York 4-2, Wellston 5-1. That's me. I'm gonna say Wilson at home.
I'm gonna go with Nelsonville.
Ferg?
I think I'm going to follow Brian. I'm going to take Nelsonville as well.
All right, that leaves us the Browns at Washington. That's a no-brainer, Washington. My Brownies are stinking it up. That's all I gotta say.
I'd go Washington.
I think I'm going to follow the two of you on that one.
All righty. Ravens at the Bengals.
Ravens.
Breaks my heart, Brian.
No, it does mine too. I was wrong last week.
No. I'm being biased, but who day? I'll take the Bengals.
I wrote Brian's in the wrong spot here. Well, they're at home, but man, right now the Ravens are better than anybody.
They're rolling.
So I'm taking the Ravens. Of course, everybody's saying, yeah, it's because you hate the Bengals. No, I love Joe Burrow. I'm not a big fan of the Bengals, but
I love the Bengals. They just
it's hard to pick against the Ravens right now.
Iowa at OSU, the Bucks.
Yep, Buckeyes.
Berg.
I'll take them as well.
All right, and that will do it as far as our picks go. And thanks for picking Ferg. And
Hey, let me ask Coach Ferguson one more question. So is Northwest SOC 1?
No, they are SOC 2. So
SOC 2, okay.
My first year, which would have been 2022, was their last year in the conference, and we split the league with them, and then they got bumped up to the SOC 2 last year.
Okay. I just wondered if maybe when I was looking at schedules, and I thought, man, Northwest may be a good fit for Eastern to pick up in a year or two.
It's kind of a thought. We've actually picked up Memphis next year.
Okay.
So we picked up an SOC 2 school, and then we picked up Division 4 River Valley as well. Okay. So we're going a little bigger with the schedule next year, just trying to chase a little more points, see a little better competition. I will say though, we're very fortunate to beat Northwest my first year there. I don't know that I would love to see them year in, year out. They're very
Yes,
physical. Coach Crabtree, it's for us just being, not take too much time, but for us just with depth issues, it's much more about choosing opponents based on scheme than it is size. Because even if you're a D4 school, if you'll throw it 40 times, we'll come guard that. But if you're a D7 school who runs the wing tee and runs it up the middle 50 times, we may beat you that week, but it's going to be hard for us to field a team the next week. So we have to worry about the week after as much, our recovery. So Northwest's a bad scheme matchup for us.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Oh, no problem. Thank you guys for having me.
All righty. The person that called in, I apologize why my phone didn't work because it's worked in the past, but I'm glad you texted me. They gave the incorrect answer. So I'm saying try again next week.
Okay.
We appreciate you calling in.
Yes.
Let me know who you are, and I'll repeat your name on the air. And with that being said, what was it? Nope.
That's a good guess, though, Evan.
Good guess. Nope. So we'll have another trivia next week, and just be listening in and watching, and feel free to try as many times as you want. And I again apologize to that person. The name didn't show up, but they did type in, and that's what I'll do. I'll say text or call.
There you go. Yeah.
And that way, if my phone doesn't work, for why it doesn't, I have no clue. But anyway, Brian, any last words before we break ship?
No, it should be a good week of football this Friday. Looking for, I think Waverly and Eastern can cruise to easy wins. I think be a good game for both of them. Piketon, I think, so they're going to have a battle. And, anytime when you get into the heart of SVC, and it seems like, you've got these same consistent teams, Paint Valley, Piketon, Adena, they're always in the mix some way, and that's the meat of the schedule.
Yep.
So Red Streak's in for a tough game at Paint Valley. Again, fundamental football, T-Fred, is what it's going to be about. And we talked last week, I don't know that I look at Union and say, wow, they just blew me away. They executed very well on both sides of the ball. Yes, and so that's what the Red Streaks need to be solid this week on both sides of the ball.
You got it. Well, good luck to all the teams. Thanks, Sean, and for doing a good job running the board. And that's going to do it for week number 7. And we'll see you tomorrow night on the same bat channel. It's Total Media Sports on YouTube. Total Media Sports on YouTube, and listen for us. The live stream, TV-wise, none of the teams will be on the air. That'll be Waverly's on the road, Piketon's on the road, and Eastern's on the road.
Yep.
So, with that being said, good luck to all those teams tomorrow night, and we'll see you next week on the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show. And again, thanks, Sean, and thanks, Valerie Ford, for putting us up. And we'll see you next week.
Proud to be your honky-tonk and feed store, tobacco spitting, hay baling, beer bait, used car barbecue, barbershop, laundromat, knock your hat in the crick, country legends radio station. This is 100.9 Hank FM, WXIZ, Waverly, Chillicothe, Knock'em Stiff, Ohio,